Yo, what's up, guys? This is your boy Mission Ones here again. Today we're gonna have an exclusive interview with United States Military Soldier. Welcome.
How you doing? How you doing? It's good to be here.
I'm proud to have you here because it's pretty much gonna be the first sergeant I have ever had on an interview. When somebody asked Sergeant Butler, who is he?
I'm just a pretty simple guy, you know.
Okay.
Obviously, African American from Albany, Georgia. It's a small city, the South to be exact. It's the southern part of Georgia, deep South. It's like country. I'm real country for the people that like really know me. But other than that, I'm just pretty simple.
Pretty simple.
Yeah, pretty simple.
When exactly did you join the army?
I enlisted in the Army in 2013, and I graduated AIT in 2014. But at the time, I was in the reserves because I was still.
Oh, you were in the reserve?
Yeah, I was still.
Why?
I was attending college. So
you in college?
I originally joined to pay for college. Then I got kicked out of college. So.
Wait, how and why?
We're not gonna talk about it. Just know, like, I wasn't too focused, you know.
Okay.
I guess you can say it's hard when you get out of AIT and you know after over all that time you haven't spent any of that money.
Okay.
So getting out, we got like $10,000.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen more than
It's pretty expensive.
a couple $100. So like seeing $10,000, you're not really focused on what you should be focused on. So a lot of the times I was just blowing money on like useless stuff and taking girls out and stuff like that.
Oh, so you were really having fun then?
Yeah. But at the expense of my education, I was, you know.
Oh, okay.
So I started to work jobs. So first I worked at Books A Million. It's like a massive chain of bookstores. So I worked at Books A Million for a while. Was doing pretty good. Almost got a manager's position for like the night shift.
Wow.
But then once they got a new head director in, I stopped getting hours, and so I didn't really like it anymore. And then on top of that, I was going to see my fiance a lot, so I wasn't getting paid anyway because I was too busy like every couple weeks.
Yeah, because your manager said not to take care of things.
So I was going another part, San Angelo, Texas. I drive. That's like almost a 20-hour drive, and I just do that every few weeks. So I wasn't getting paid anything anyway. So eventually, I quit the job. I started working at a Walmart.
Were you still in the reserve at that time?
Yeah,
okay.
I was still in the reserves. So I started working at a Walmart. I was the person that would stock like the groceries and stuff, not like the meats and stuff, but the cans and stuff. That was me. So
nighttime?
Nah, it was
daytime?
Evening to night.
Okay.
That was a pretty good job. I made a lot of friends. I'm still cool with a lot of people to this day. I really enjoyed that, but you know, I started missing like active duty, I guess you could say, even though my active duty experience was just the basic in AIT, but you know, you aside from the drills, because I didn't really learn anything at drills. We would do AT, it's like annual training. So it's like field training. So we'll go to like these different bases and go out to the field at these different bases. So I was like, you know, it's not that bad at all. So once I found out one of my friends that was in my unit, he went active duty, I tried to figure out how I could go active duty. So I put in the paperwork and I waited for months and months.
So at that time, during your transition, were you still like working with the reserve, or you had finished with your contract with the reserve people?
No, I actually didn't because they needed them. Like even if you had a bonus or anything, because I had like a 10K bonus.
You had 10?
I had 10.
Just signing off to go active.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, just signing to go to the reserves.
To go to reserve was 10K.
So I got 10K for the reserve, and then I got, as long as I was in school, I got a $200 kicker. So every month they gave me $200 as long as I was in school.
Oh, it's not there anymore now, right?
But So I got there in 2016 as a specialist.
As a specialist, 2016?
Yeah, I got active duty. And the crazy thing about it, because a lot of people will tell you, I'm pretty knowledgeable individual when it comes to the job. Like I know a lot.
You know your job.
The only reason I know my job as well as I do, because I never forget when I first got there, the platoon sergeant, he was a staff sergeant. He was sergeant first class.
What unit was that?
123rd BSB.
BSB?
Yeah, 3-1, the brigade. I first get there and he just asking me some questions. I'm telling him like, oh yeah, I'm coming from the reserves, blah 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 blah. And he just like, so do you know anything about any of this equipment out here? So I was like, honestly, the only thing I've ever touched was a Humvee.
Oh, you just go for your drills, you do your Humvee thing.
I barely ever touched anything. Barely touched the 5K. That was like the only piece of fuel equipment I've used. So he just called some random PB2 out, and he was like, this PB2 gonna be in charge of you.
Oh.
And he gonna teach you the ropes, he gonna teach you everything you need to know. And imagine like,
specialist.
Technically you have more rank, and as a specialist, you're supposed to specialize in the job. You're supposed to
right.
Being told what to do by PB2.
PB2.
So I was just like, I just grabbed all the TMs for the pieces of equipment we were using, because at the time it was just 5Ks and the HEMTs before they introduced more equipment into the Army. And I just read it because I was like, I'll be damned.
Yeah, you really need it.
Yeah, so
you don't want PB2 to be teaching you stuff.
That was really my driving force behind learning everything that I know today. That's my drive, because I don't like, as far as the job though, because it's, you know, with rank, it's always gonna be somebody that gonna tell you what to do. Yeah. But as far as the job, you can know more than anybody.
More than anybody.
But that's just depending on how much you put into wanting to know.
So how long were you in that that unit? How long?
2016, I got there. We rotated. We did a rotation to Kuwait.
Oh, you went to Kuwait too?
Yeah.
Was that your first deployment?
Yeah, that was first. I actually enjoyed it. I would go back if I could. I wish I could get stationed there. I really like it. Yeah. Aside, it's like really, really hot. Like really, really hot. Like you're gonna be baking. Got back in 2017. Went to BLC. The following year, 2018.
BLC?
Yeah. Basic leadership course. Okay. It's after you get your promotable status by going to the promotion board, you'll eventually attend BLC. Once you get BLC as a requirement, now it's a mandatory thing that you get promoted to corporal, but back in the day, before that became a mandate, you'll just be a specialist promotable, and then you just gotta try to make cutoff points to reach sergeant. Okay. So I did that. I got promoted to sergeant the following year, 2018.
2018?
Mm-hmm. And the crazy thing about it, while I was in BLC, points dropped down to 17.
17?
Yeah, 17. So by the time I got out of BLC, they was just max. Max is 798. So for consistently until 2018, 798, 798, 798. So I was nowhere near close to that. So I finally made cutoff, believe it or not, at 39 points. And the thing,
39.
Yeah, the thing that I hate about the fact that, you know, I made cutoff that first time, because this isn't my first time. This, like, recently isn't my first time being a sergeant.
Oh wait, so you've been a sergeant before?
Yeah.
Then
I got demoted.
You got. Wow.
Yeah, made some questionable decisions. Okay. You know, learned my lesson. I got a max punishment. So I got busted down one rank. I got busted down back to specialist. They took 2 months of my pay. Wow. I had to do 45 days of extra duty. So like you'll literally go to PT 505. You'll work the day like you would. Yeah. 1700 to 1800. You get dinner, and then from 18 to 11. It was. I had to work 11 p.m. I had to clean both of because my battalion had 2 barracks, so I had to clean both barracks. And then I had to clean each floor battalion every day. And my battalion building was a 3-story building. So
only you have to clean the whole space.
Yeah, because it was. I started off with like 10 people that was also on extra duty with me.
Okay.
But most of them was like finishing up their extra duty. So I probably worked with them for like 3 days, and for like the next.
Then you realize it's just only you.
Yeah, it was just me by myself. And the saving grace would be days where it would be like NCOs that were like really nice, or that knew me as a person, so they knew like I wasn't that bad of a person, so they'll tell me like, hey, sit at the desk for a little bit. I need to go handle some stuff for my family, and then after.
So during all the time that they took your money, you said they took your money for 2 months. So how are you leaving? Like
in the barracks, I was restricted to post.
Oh, you can't go out.
I couldn't go off post, and then the stipulations of my restrictions stated that I could only go to work, extra duty, place of worship, and the hospital if I needed to. If I wanted to go to like the PX, which is on post, because Fort Bliss has one of the biggest shopping areas on post, out of a lot of posts. If I wanted to go there, if I wanted to go to the gas station, if I wanted to go to the shop at, my NCO had to take me.
Wow.
So most of the time, just like once I get off, I go to sleep, because I didn't have too much else, anything to do. Because extra duty, it goes concurrent. So you'll work weekdays, weekends, holidays, until it's over, like everything. So while everybody else be off, and you got
you still working?
Yeah, I'm still working. I was still working.
So how are you, like, how was your finance at that time within the 2 months? Because I know living in the state, you pay car insurance and the rest, and you're not getting paid for 2 months.
Yeah, it was bad. It was rough. It was rough.
Yeah.
It was rough. I would not recommend getting into trouble to anybody. It was rough.
And how was your psychological and mental fitness, dude?
I was actually already enrolled in behavioral health. So yeah, a lot of people try to place a stigma on behavioral health, but I believe it could benefit a lot of people.
Right.
Because people view it as, like you being weak and stuff like that, and that's not the case at all. Because you don't know what somebody going through, and stuff like that could benefit that person.
Because just the stigma of being a sergeant coming down to specialist, and you're not getting paid, you're doing the extra work. I can't do that.
It was stressful. But I knew I wanted to stay in the Army. Cause
that's my next question. Why all this stress? You did not leave, and you're still here.
Well, I mean, the person that was in charge of my decision. It was a colonel. It was a full-bird colonel, because I was an NCO and my unit was forward in. They was here.
Okay, they were
on rotation, and I was in rear D because I was supposed to go to Hawaii that next month, but then I got in trouble.
Okay.
So my orders instantly got canceled, and I was in limbo until I came down on orders for needs of the Army. So, because it wasn't a BC or anything there, I got sent to brigade commander, which is a full-bird colonel. So a lot of what he asked me, he just asked me what I wanted out of the situation. And I was just like, I honestly take any punishment. I'll do anything if you let me stay in the Army. So I got that max Article 15. And then you got to go to legal, because you still have to initiate like the chapter process regardless. So I had to start out processing like I was getting kicked out the Army. And then when I went to legal, they was just like, you should go and have a conversation with him, because it had been some months since I seen him.
Right.
So I went and had my conversation, and he basically just asked me like, why do you want to stay? Like, why do you want to stay so bad after all of this? And I just told him like, it's honestly nothing home for me. Like, where I'm from, the success rate, it's not like marginally low, but it's low. Like you see like a small percentage of people actually get out and do something
good for their life.
Because I know a lot of the times, anytime I go home on leave, I always run into these people that I used to be like, dang, I wish I could have, what they have.
Right.
They tell me stuff like, yeah, we just talking about how proud of you we are. Like, you doing good stuff, like you doing big stuff, and I'm just looking like, I mean, it's nothing major, but
Yeah, you didn't know.
It's crazy. Like I used to want to have stuff like y'all, and now y'all the ones that saying y'all proud of me. So I tell him like it's nothing home. You know, I stand a huge possibility of being killed for no reason. Cause when people look at people that they feel like are successful, you know, that's where jealousy and envy come in. And there's people out there that will kill a person just because they don't like that a person doing good. So I just told him like I don't really feel like it'll be anything there. You know, I was like the Army, it benefited me. It did a lot for my life. You know, I just made some mistakes and I just want to bounce back.
You stayed. So what year was this one?
That was 2018.
2018. So how long did it take you when you became sergeant and then?
No, I got demoted in 2019. I made it a year. I made it to a couple of days off a year.
Oh, okay.
Because it's this thing they call a NCOER, which is like a report overall of all the NCOs. And by the time I got demoted, my the list came down for required NCOERs.
Okay.
And thankfully, like I had already gotten demoted, so they wouldn't have to mention like none of what happened. So I got demoted 2008. I mean, I picked up 2018, made it all the way to 19, and I got demoted.
19, and now you made it up again in.
It took a long time, 2022.
2022 to become another sergeant.
Took a long time. So I got moved to another unit, 4-1. It's a field artillery unit. I liked it a lot. I learned some more stuff.
Okay.
And then one day I just came down on orders for Korea.
And then you came back to Korea.
Oh, I never went. I didn't go when they went on rotation.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah,
you were not here when they came on rotation.
I was here. I was
in
the rear the whole time. Cause I was supposed to go to Hawaii.
Okay. So how was it when you get your orders to go to Korea and when you go here?
I'm gonna just be honest. I can use profanity, right? I can use profanity.
No.
I started clearing like real late in January. I almost found it out, and my leave form didn't match when I was supposed to leave because it had passed that date.
Oh.
So they was just like, you're gonna have to go back and get another one. So I had to go get another one and get it signed real quick. So I literally went home for like 9 days, and then after that, I was sent here to Korea. That was.
When did you get here?
2020, I think. 2020. Yeah.
So you finished your duty, your extra duty over there, and then you go here.
No, I got here in 2020.
2020.
Yeah, because it's been almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years. So you've been here for 2 years.
Yeah.
And you picked up your sergeant here again.
Yeah.
How was the feeling when you got your promotion?
I'm not gonna even cap. I wasn't even excited.
You weren't even excited.
Nah, like everybody else, and I get it because they know what went on. You know, they know the history of why I landed where I was. But it's just like this ain't my first rodeo, so it's just like. I've been there before.
It
was more of a humbling experience. I was very
unlike a new specialist getting a promotion to sergeant and see the kind of excitement the person gets. Because you've been there already, so
it was just like, and I just said it when I did my promotion speech. I was just like, honestly, it's more humbling than anything because people ask why I'm not excited, and I'm just like, it's really not my first rodeo. You know, I just had to do everything I needed to do to get back to where I wanted to be.
So it took you 3 years to get back.
3 long years.
But I'm not saying you did a really good job because not everybody can do that.
Oh yeah, trust me, I know.
I keep asking every US soldier I get on my platform, are you planning on staying in the Army for 20 years?
20, it just depends. I don't really know if I can make it that far because, now that I done got promoted again, it's this thing that's called RCP. Like, you get a certain amount of years to make the next rank.
Okay. So
all I can do right now is re-enlist and try to grind it out to the next rank. And if I don't make it, maybe it wasn't meant to be. And then if I do, I keep going.
Do you have other plans aside your military activities you're doing?
I plan on, because what I went to school for, believe it or not, a lot of people don't know, I went to school for acting. For acting. So I would love to get out there and start acting again. A lot of people don't know that I have a very broad vocabulary, and I only learned all of that because of speech and theater and acting and speech classes that I had to take. Because a lot of people don't realize, like, they still may hear like my country accent a little bit, but it used to be like a lot worse. And I almost failed my speech class. I had to actually learn how to enunciate words, use proper dialect. But a lot of the times I don't get to use that. I don't get to use a lot of what I learned because, you know, most of the people that I talk to, they from where I'm from, or like the southern part, or because in the South, the way that we talk, no matter the dialect, no matter where somebody is from the South, it's always either broken or it's like chopped up, so it'll be fast. So instead of saying like, "What are you doing?" they'd be like, "What y'all doing?"
What y'all doing? I have a lot of which watching today. Most of them are in different countries, and they would like to join the army, especially the military. Let me say in general. How should somebody, or what can make somebody join the army, or what is the requirement to join the army?
Most of the time, I know as far as like people that come from other countries that I've talked to, that's in the process of like maybe getting their citizenship and stuff like that. A lot of them started off with green cards in the United States, so that probably would be first and foremost, like get some type of green card in order to enlist, because then they'll be able to, even though I also hear that that's a long process, they'll be able to get citizenship through the military eventually. But I know that that's the first thing. You gotta have a green card.
So you can't just sit in your country and get a green card.
Yeah, you can't just doggone be like, "Hey, yo, I want to join the army." Like, what's up? I'll sign right now. Like, it don't work like that.
So when are you leaving Korea?
I'm leaving Korea in a couple days. I can't actually say why.
Yeah, I know.
But I leave in a couple days. I'm gonna head home, go on leave, see my family, my friends, and enjoy that time till it's time to move on to the next duty station. And then pretty soon after that, I re-enlist and then pick a new duty station.
Okay.
So yeah.
What would you tell those who have been in the same situation, those who have gotten their ranks demoted, those who are doing extra duty in the army, and all those who are going through like some kind of physical or mental or emotional trauma in the army?
I'm gonna just be honest, because that's what I had to learn in life, honesty. If it's not for you, the army is not going to punish you, but a lot of the times they will help you transition out of the army if you don't want to be in the army. If you want to stay in and you don't got hit with like those types of punishments, you know, keep hope alive, especially if you plan on having a career in the military, because it's never over. It's never over till it's over, to be honest. That's what I had to learn. It's never over till it's over. I'm sergeant again. It wasn't easy. 3 years. It wasn't
Congratulations.
Appreciate it, but you know, you just gotta keep hope alive. You gotta keep that faith. Reach out to behavioral health, because they help out a lot. I will say that.
Thanks very much for coming today, and I really appreciate your time. Keep your heads up wherever you're going.
Facts.
And then God be with you.
Appreciate that.
Thanks for coming today to LoversBaebTv.
No problem.
All right, see you next time.
All right, y'all.